Hey, what is going on, guys? It is awesome to see you again. Today I have part 2 of my video about the word almost. If you have not watched part 1, you should definitely do that before watching this. I'll place a link up here. Today we're going to talk about a few other situations that you need to know when you're using this word. And by the end of this, you should have a great understanding of how to use this word correctly. Let's get started.
Okay, first let's talk about almost all and almost all of. Almost all and almost all of can mean the same thing, and in most situations they are both okay. However, almost all can be used for a general or specific group, and almost all of that is usually used only for specific groups. Usually, when you're talking about a specific group, you should add one of these words. Let's look at some examples. So first, almost all Americans like pizza. This is general. I am literally talking about every single American. Let's look at the next example. Almost all my American friends like pizza. Here, I'm not talking about all Americans. I'm talking about a specific group of Americans. Almost all of my American friends like pizza. So as you can see, almost all is correct with a general and a specific group, but almost all of is only correct for specific groups. If I said almost all of Americans like pizza, that's incorrect. However, you always use all of with us, you, them, and it. So don't ever just say all if you're using one of these nouns. Almost every means the same thing as almost all, but you can only use it for groups of countable nouns. And when you do use it, you should keep the noun singular. So for this example, almost every student finished the homework. Even though I'm talking about a group of students, I keep that word singular. And this is true whenever you use the word every. You always want the noun to be singular, not plural. And, like I said, you should only use this with groups of countable nouns. Don't use every with uncountable or singular nouns. Almost everything. This is the same as almost every, but thing replaces the next noun. And usually this is a little bit more general. So almost every item in this room is on sale. Almost everything in this room is on sale. Notice how thing replaces the word item. If the noun is a person or people, you can use everyone or everybody instead. So that first example, I know almost every person at this party. I know almost everyone or almost everybody at this party. One or buddy replaces person. Okay, now let's talk about some negatives. Almost never, this is the opposite of almost always. If something almost always happens, it happens close to 100% of the time, but if it almost never happens, it happens close to 0% of the time. He is almost always on time. He is almost never late. Almost none is the opposite of almost all. Almost all means close to 100%, almost none close to 0%. So if almost all of the test questions were easy, then almost none of the test questions were difficult. Almost nothing, this is the opposite of almost everything. Almost nobody or almost no one, these are the opposites of almost everybody or everyone. So they mean close to 0% of a group of people. I knew almost everyone at the party, but Tom knew almost no one. Okay, let's practice using some of those negatives. For each blank below, you should add almost and then one of the negative words. Never, nobody, none, or nothing. Okay, here are the answers. Almost no one or almost nobody was at the gym today. Almost none of my friends speak English. My neighborhood is almost never quiet. My parents both grew up poor. They had almost nothing when they were children. That store is almost never closed.
Okay guys, so now I hope that you are able to understand and use the word almost correctly. If you have any questions, just drop them in the comments and I will do my best to help you out. Keep studying hard, stay motivated, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Later.